Welcome everyone to our day 2 recap video and our day 3 and 4 preview. As you can see here, I am on hole number 12, the tee box, Matt. Really enjoying myself. A great day at this hole. How are you feeling after 2 days of golf?
Yeah, it was a fun 2 days to watch for me because Justin Rose and Will Zalatoris are 1 and 2 on the leaderboard, and they're on my team. So super pumped about that. We've got some great competition. We're tight at the top of the leaderboard. Did you notice, Paul, the course is playing a little bit more difficult than in years past? A little drier, greens are faster. Do you notice that at hole 12 there?
I do. I really think it was because, after that November Masters that we had, Dustin Johnson won 20 under there. And I feel like they just want to show how difficult it can be. So they've tightened it up just a little bit and made everyone come back to earth about the Masters here.
It was crazy. There's that one hole I saw Vijay Singh chip up the tier, and it came back to his feet 2 times. Took him 3 times to get it. Had to be so frustrating.
And that's a former champion right there. So that's crazy.
And did you see Rory hit his dad? What was that on Thursday?
Rory
Rory
hit his dad yesterday. And his dad actually said, should I ask him for an autograph? which I feel like is great TV there. So Matt, why don't you just tell us about some of our leaders here and tell us about our good friend Jake Arfon's Pimento Cheese Boys and what was happening this afternoon with him.
Wow, great name and great team. So Jake is actually in first place by 3 strokes at one point this afternoon. But his player, Ryan Palmer, bogeyed 18 and then Speed the back 9, which gives us a 3-way tie at the top. We have to give a shout out. Caleb Galbraith and Alex Santiago playing for the first time this weekend, and they're both in the top 5. So great job, guys. So, yeah, we've got a jam top of the leaderboard, and also 5 of the top 6 teams are all from option C. Choose 6 tier 3 players. Interesting. It seems that was the way to go for this tournament.
Yeah, and I think if we have a winner from that, Matt, I feel like this would be the first time that we've ever had a winner from that option C category. We'd have to go back and check, but I believe it's the first time.
Paul, tiebreakers. We've got some ties at the top. Let's talk about our system for tiebreakers because it might come down to it on Sunday.
All right. Sounds great. So if it comes down to a tiebreaker here, and jump in, Matt, if I miss anything, but if we have 2 or 3, it doesn't matter how many people who are tied, you always go to your next golfer. So let's say if Matt and Jake Arfons are tied there, then we look at who's their next lowest golfer or next best golfer, we should say, and then we take whoever's the highest placing golfer out of those, and that is who the champion is. And if you look at our live leaderboard always reflects who is ahead when 2 or 3 people are tied. So as you can see, the 3 people are tied at 11 under. Matt has the highest placed golfer right now between those 3 people who they don't all share in common. And so Matt, if it would end today, Matt would be our champion. Right. Anything to add there, Matt?
Well, so what you're saying is myself, Jake, and Alex, we all have Justin Rose. So that would be that would be the tiebreaker normally, but we all have him as it currently stands. Will Zalatoris is in second, so he is what is giving me that tiebreaker win right now at this point. So Jake and Alex have other golfers that are different that could leapfrog that and change that outcome. So that's where we're at. And then the final score that each of us selected on the Google registration sheet, that is for in the event that people have the exact same team for the tiebreaker golfers.
So Matt, let's jump ahead here and talk about Saturday and Sunday. And can you give us the nice little fun fact that I know you gathered for us today?
Yeah, so I was looking back. We've been keeping these stats since the British Open in 2019 with our current system. And the largest comeback on a Saturday, Sunday is 3 strokes down, which you and I were both surprised at. We thought that there might be a bigger comeback because 3 strokes is not that much. So, I mean, that eliminates a lot of golfers from winning this tournament if that holds as the number. But what do you think, Paul? You think that's that record's going to hold up?
You know, I think it's doable right now. I think those players who are 4 strokes back at 7 under have a realistic shot. I mean, they have a chance. I think truthfully a winner's going to come out of those top 3 players. But I mean, Julia could pull it out. Caleb, I mean, possibly Caleb's got to ride a golfer there. And so, I mean, it's theoretically, I guess, possible, but a lot has to happen there. Also, back to that. So something interesting too on that it was the 2020 US Open where we had someone 3 strokes. That was Joel Rodriguez, one of his first times playing also. And he rode the same golfer, Bryson DeChambeau, the entire time, which was a first also. So, I mean, it could technically happen. Joe with his big swingers there could also something could work for him too. And we'll just have to wait and see.
It's going to be an interesting – you never know what could happen. You know, if someone posts a crazy low score, someone in the middle of the pack could come up. But it should be both Jake and Alex sitting in second and third right now, tied for first on the scoreboard, have all 6 of their golfers made the cut. So –
wow.
That's
yeah. Something I like, Matt, is I always like having one guy who just made the cut on the number because he goes out in the morning in good conditions and usually has nothing to lose and just goes out there and tries to shoot as low as he possibly can and gets aggressive. And so sometimes you can get a really low score with having a guy who just made the cut.
Yep. You only need your golfer to go low one day for them to make a big impact on your team. So looking forward to it. Awesome. Well, guys, thanks for joining us for this mid-tournament show. Have a great Saturday and Sunday, and keep an eye out for our recap video on Monday morning coming out to you with our winner. Thanks so much. See you, Paul. Have a great time in the rest of your time.
So long, Matt. I may have to venture over to a few more holes.
All right. Walk those.
All right.
All right. See ya.